so over here is better. So I still have the Tamland. I'm headed home tomorrow for the weekend. Headed home, my hometown is what I mean. I'm gonna bring this bike just in case anybody wants to go riding, and in case anybody wants to do any type of riding. I know I'll be good. That's kind of the beauty of these gravel bikes. They kind of do everything. Anyway, this is just kind of the beginning of this vlog. If you're wondering if that was the same flat from when I got a flat when I did the review of this bike, it is. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be on my way to my original hometown. Alright, and just like that, we're here. That is a brutal drive, so be happy I didn't record any of it. Going back. I'm sort of like purposely trying to show off that I dropped my dad really bad here. Only to find that he's way closer than I thought he was gonna be, and he's actually been putting in a lot of work, so I need to do something about it. Yeah, it'll mess you up. Alright, so Angela's car isn't working particularly great. I've been troubleshooting it forever, and I'm trying to figure out like what it is. I've kind of brought it down to possibly the spark plugs are in really rough shape. So I am replacing them. I'm replacing them right now. And I hope that wakes this car up again. Because Angela needs it. She needs it pretty bad. Working way better. Well, that of course was footage from the weekend. The car and myself are home, which just means that I am on top of being... Okay, here I'm saying something along the lines of I should probably return the Tamland, but the wind is so bad that you can't hear it. I've had it. I've had it for maybe a little too long, and I'd like to ride my bikes again. last weekend, as you saw, I rode with my dad. We went for a run. That, as I said, was all like leading up and getting ready for an event that we're all doing on June 4th. It is a duathlon, so basically that is a 5K run, 20K bike ride, and then a 2.5K run. I am not super crazy fond of the idea of like mixing a bunch of sports, but we did this once 3 years ago. My older brother came out on top out of the three of us, me, my brother, and my dad. This year we're having a rematch, and I'm looking to win. My brother's not in as good a shape. My dad is just, he's older than I am, and I ride and race bikes a lot. And I've been getting into running lately. So this weekend was also a bit of a wake-up call, because while my dad and I were riding, I realized that he actually has been putting in a half-decent amount of work, and I actually don't get to take it easy. Not that I would anyway, but it was a bit of a wake-up call. And it was also a really good excuse because we do have a good amount of like time trial races in Nova Scotia this summer. And this duathlon coming up that I absolutely want to bury my brother and my dad in gives me a really good excuse to build up one of my bikes into a TT bike.
Oh, whoops. This was actually supposed to be like a before. This is kind of more after, so I'm just going to go back.
Honestly, my biggest worry in converting that bike to a dedicated TT bike is that it might not look cool. And if it doesn't look cool, I'll maybe just convert it back after the next 3 events back to a road bike, and think about selling some stuff so that I can get a real time trial bike. And I'm actually sort of fond of a like non-aero time trial looking bike. Rob English, I'll show you this bike. That's kind of my inspiration behind a like small tube, non-aero, down tube time trial bike. Just overall cool looking bike. Obviously mine's not gonna look like that, but that's the inspiration behind using a road bike to build my time trial bike. All right, end of the day. I'm actually gonna get started on this now. So I've got 1 SRAM aero shifter, 2 SRAM brake levers, and these zip base bars, and then the aero bars that I had that I'm gonna unbrand, and hopefully it looks cool. I should do this with the good camera. So obviously it isn't a real time trial bike. For some reason I had it in my head that it would like transform the look to look a lot more like a time trial bike. It's pretty obvious that that is a road conversion, but it will serve its purpose. It will put me into a more aero position, and for sure I'll be riding faster for that reason. I will say that this could have easily been accomplished, easily been accomplished just using aero bars on drop bars. But I wanted to be able to shift and stay in that aero tuck position for all the events that I'm going to be doing. So building something that's going to be dedicated like that seemed to make sense, especially because of all the bikes that I've got. I can definitely spare to have this one built into a bit more specific of a machine. It's not done, obviously. I need to actually cable it and tune it and get it ready and stuff. You might be curious, for those of you with like a keen eye, that there's only one shifter. Hopefully that focuses, it probably didn't. The reason for that is I'm just gonna always leave it in the big ring. So I'm gonna run a cable from the boss. I'm gonna run a cable from here to here, and and set the derailleur onto the big ring, not be able to shift it, and just run it as like a big ring 1x10. That's the plan anyway. Back onto the Tri-Cross. Been a while. Kind of missed this bike. It's nice to be back on my piece of garbage bike that I don't really care about.